You know that coffee you grab every morning, or that package that just magically shows up at your door? Have you ever stopped to think about how that actually happens? Well, behind every single thing you buy and every service you use, there's a hidden machine, a complex system of processes all working together. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and take a look at how that machine really works.
All right, to really get our heads around this, let's start with a puzzle. We're going to look at two businesses that couldn't seem more different, but they share one of the most famous names on the planet. So on one hand, you've got the Lego factory. I mean, this place is a marvel of automation, churning through 60 tons of plastic a day with insane precision. It's all about robots, efficiency, and quality control. Then on the other side of the coin, you have Legoland. It doesn't make a physical product at all. It creates an experience. It's all about people, managing crowds, and dealing with the chaos of holidays and bad weather.
So, what on earth could these two places have in common? I mean, really. One is all about robots and plastic. The other is all about families and fun. One is predictable. The other is completely unpredictable. How do you even begin to understand them using the same set of rules?
Well, the answer, and it's a really cool one, is a field called operations management. You can think of it as the hidden engine, the universal operating system that powers literally every organization, whether it's making toys, running a theme park, or even a hospital saving lives.
You can get all academic about it, but really, it's just the how. How does a business take its resources, its people, its technology, its materials, and actually turn them into the products and services that we all want and use? It's the how behind everything. And you know what's wild? It all boils down to this super simple three-step process. Seriously, everything follows this exact same pattern. You take in inputs, you do something to them to add value, that's the transformation, and you get the final outputs, the product or service. That's it. So, what are these inputs we're talking about? Well, they really only come in three flavors. First, you can transform materials. Think of a factory turning steel into a car. Second, you can transform information, like an accountant taking raw data and turning it into a useful report. And third, and this is the key to our puzzle, you can transform customers. Yep, you heard that right. A hairdresser physically changes your appearance. A theme park like Legoland changes your psychological state. You are the input.
And the tools to do all this transforming? Even simpler. You've got your facilities, the buildings, the tech, the equipment, and you've got your staff, the people making it all happen. That's the whole toolkit, whether you're building a spaceship or flipping a burger.
So now we get to the really powerful part. How do we use this simple model to analyze, well, anything? This is where a framework called the 4Vs comes in, and this is how we're going to solve that Lego puzzle. All right, first up, we've got volume, and it's exactly what it sounds like. How much stuff is the operation churning out? Are we talking millions of items or just a handful? Just think about McDonald's versus your favorite little neighborhood cafe. McDonald's is all about high volume. That means every task is repeated a million times, it's all systematized, you can buy specialized equipment, and the cost per burger just plummets. Your local cafe? Totally different game. Low volume means the staff are jacks of all trades, less systemization is possible, and yeah, that artisanal coffee is naturally going to cost a bit more. Okay, V number 2, variety. This is all about choice and customization. Is it a one-size-fits-all kind of deal, or can you get it exactly the way you want it? The perfect way to think about this is a taxi versus a city bus. A taxi is high variety. It's totally flexible. It'll take you from your door to practically anywhere. But all that customization is complex and comes at a price, right? A high cost per mile. The bus? That's low variety. It has a fixed route, a fixed schedule, no deviation. And because it's so standardized and efficient, it's way, way cheaper. Next up, we have variation in demand. This one's all about predictability. Is your business steady all year round, or is it a total roller coaster of busy and quiet times? A tale of two hotels makes this really clear. A luxury ski resort has incredibly high variation. It's absolutely slammed in the winter and a ghost town in the summer. That means they're constantly hiring seasonal staff and paying overtime, which is just really expensive to manage. Now compare that to a budget hotel chain. Its demand is way more stable, mixing business and holiday travelers. This allows for routine planning, high utilization of their staff and rooms, and, you guessed it, lower costs. And our last V, number 4, is visibility.
This one's about how much of the process you, the customer, actually see. Is the whole thing happening right in front of you, or is it all hidden away behind the scenes?
Let's go back to those hotels. The luxury ski resort is a high visibility operation. Service is personal, and your satisfaction depends entirely on your experience with the staff. That means you need amazing, high-skilled, and expensive people. The budget hotel, though, it's low visibility. You might just use an automated kiosk to check in. This lets them run the back end like a super efficient factory, which is how they keep the price so low.
So, here is the big takeaway from all this. Each of these Vs has a massive direct impact on cost. If you want a low-cost operation, you typically aim for high volume, low variety, low variation, and low visibility. That is the Lego factory. A high-cost operation, well, it's going to have the exact opposite profile. That's Legoland.
Okay, so we've got this awesome analytical tool now, but what does an actual operations manager do with it all day? Well, their job really breaks down into 4 big activities. They direct the whole thing, setting the high-level strategy. They design the actual processes, products, and services. They handle the day-to-day delivery, making sure everything runs smoothly. And crucially, they're always trying to develop, to improve and make things better for the future. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing. A great operations manager is someone who just enjoys getting things done. It's about taking a plan off a whiteboard and making it happen in the real world, delivering value to customers. All right, we've gone from a toy factory to a theme park, from taxis to hotels. We've built this entire framework from the ground up. Let's pull it all together and see what we've got. And this is the really cool part. You now have this operations lens. You can now see that every single company has an operation at its heart. It follows that simple input, transformation, output model. And you have the 4 Vs: volume, variety, variation, and visibility, to break down exactly how it works and why it works that way. It explains everything about the choices companies make between cost and quality, efficiency and flexibility. So, I'll leave you with a question. Now that you have this operations lens, what are you going to see differently? Think about the app you use to order lunch, the logistics behind your local supermarket, or even how your doctor's office is run. Now that you can see the hidden machine, what will you never look at the same way again?